welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. I'm Liv and welcome to today's video, which is the end of year book tag. Hello, it is already time for the end of year tag, which is terrifying. And I honestly don't want to start thinking about Christmas end of the year stuff because how is it already the end of the year? Crazy. Each year time just goes quicker and quicker. And that's a terrifying thought. Anyway, welcome to the end of the year book tag. This is a tag of 6 questions to talk about my reading plans for the rest of the year, and I will tag the original creator in the description. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? I can think of 2 examples for this question that are a big priority for me to finish because they're because they're library books and I keep like returning them and then taking them back out and then returning them, then taking them back out, so I need to stop this vicious cycle. So first we have My Lady Jane by Hand, Ashton and Meadows. This is a historical fiction fantasy retelling of Lady Jane Grey, who was actually Queen of England, Ireland and whatever country they also had control of for 9 days before she was executed. So in this world she gets engaged and there are these group of people that can turn into different types of animals. It's fantasy, the humour's great. I watched the TV show, fell in love, TV show got cancelled, so I thought I'd read the book. And yeah, I'm like halfway through and then I just never picked it back up. And then my other one is Dark Horses by McCarran. Again, I started watching the TV show and this is now one of my favourite shows ever. Like, it's fantastic. I read like 50 pages and then just stopped. Basically this follows agents of MI5, but we follow a group from a property called Slough House, which is basically where you get sent if you fuck up. Like, where you get kicked out of MI5, you're still technically MI5, but like you're in the doghouse, so you go to Slough House, and everyone calls them like the losers of the organisation, and they're kind of like a laughing stock. Like, yeah, they're all fuck ups. And basically they just end up getting dragged into whatever big drama MI5 are dealing with, and they get blamed and used a lot. So it's really fantastic TV show, so I thought I'd read the books, and from what I've read so far it is so similar to the show. Like, I've never seen a book adaptation other than like anime and manga follow the book so closely. Like, a lot of the lines and the dialogue, at least from this book, are in the show, so guaranteed I'm going to like it because it's so similar. So yeah, these 2 are my need to finish by the end of the year. Question number 2, not super relevant to me. Do you have like a autumn-y kind of book to transition you into the end of the year? I'm in Australia, so we're currently in spring and our next season is summer for the end of the year. So I thought I'd answer this Australian wise. So a book that I think will transition me well into the summer vibes is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah, this is like surfy, summery, beachy, which is Australian summer vibes. So I've read 2 other books from Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read Evelyn Hugo and what's the other book? Daisy Jones and the Six, and love both of them. So I'm hoping I love this one too. So this is set in Malibu, August 1983. It's the day of Nina Rivers' annual end of summer party, and anticipation is at fever pitch. Everyone wants to be around the famous Rivers. Nina, the talented surfer and supermodel, brothers Jay and Hud, one championship surfer, the other a renowned photographer, and their adored baby sister Kit. Together the siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu and the world over, especially as the offspring of the legendary singer Mick River. The only person not looking forward to the party of the year is Nina herself, who never wanted to be the centre of attention, who has also just been very publicly abandoned by her pro tennis player husband. Oh, and maybe Hud, because it is long past time for him to confess something to the brother from whom he's been inseparable since birth. Jay, on the other hand, is counting the minutes until nightfall, when the girls he can't stop thinking about promise she'll be there. And Kit has a couple of secrets of her own, including a guest she invited without consulting anyone. By midnight, the party will be completely out of control. By morning, the River Mansion will have gone up in flames. But before the first spark, in the early hours before dawn, the alcohol will flow, the music will play, and the loves and secrets that shaped this family's generations will come rising to the surface. So yeah, party, summer, a little bit thriller, perfect transition into summer vibes. So I'm looking forward to reading this, plus it's been on my TBR for a while. Question number 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for? I got 2 answers. I got salty and serious. Well, I mean, the first one is serious, but I'm just putting it in here because I'm salty. I'm still waiting for book 3 of the Dark Rise trilogy by C.S. Beckett. This is my salty answer because it was meant to come out this year. It said expected publication 2025 for so long, and now it hasn't come out. And we have no news. We've heard absolutely nothing about it, and I'm so salty because I needed to have it in my hands. I need that book desperately. Like, I would kill someone for book 3. I really, really, truly would, because of how much I adore these books so much. So yeah, we don't have a title, we don't have a cover reveal, we don't have a date. So I'm praying that at least comes out next year because I can't wait. I can't wait any longer, to be honest. It was such a painful like end to book 2 that like having such a big gap in between books is, yeah, it's like torture. So I want book 3 now. So that's my salty answer because it was meant to come out this year. My serious answer to this question is a book that is definitely coming out this year, next month actually, and that is Last One Out by Jane Harper. I love Jane Harper. I'm so hyped for this book. Oh my god. So let me quickly read you the blurb. So, Carolyn Ridge, a once vibrant village in rural New South Wales, has become a shell of itself, its houses and buildings bought up and left to rot by the mining company operating at its borders. A decade into its slow death, surrounded by industrial noise and swathed in thick layers of dust, the skeletal town is all but abandoned, with just a handful of residents clinging on to what remains. After years of ruin, Ro never imagined she'd become one of them. But everything changed when she lost her son. 5 years ago, her son Sam vanished while visiting during a break from college, leaving behind a rental car with his belongings inside. Sam had loved Carolyn Ridge and had been working on an oral history of the town to preserve its legacy before it vanished altogether. It wasn't long after his disappearance that the rest of the family began to crumble away too. But when Ro returns to Caroline Ridge to be with her husband and daughter on the anniversary of Sam's disappearance, she begins to suspect that something important was overlooked in his case. Because while nothing can stop Carolyn Ridge from dying, someone seems to want to make sure that its secrets die with it. I'm so hyped. I cannot believe that I get to read a new Jane Harper soon. That's just so freaking exciting, and I think her writing is absolutely brilliant. So I just know it's going to be another absolute banger of a book. Question number 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? So speaking of C.S. Beckett, I would love to finish her earlier series that I just started this year, which is the Cruel Pin series. This is book 3, the final book in the trilogy, King's Rising. Basically, it's about a king that gets sold to an enemy nation as a slave and is kind of enemies to lovers, a little bit dark romance. I was scared to read this book but became obsessed. I read the 2 books, book 1 and book 2, so quickly, and I don't know why I stopped. Like, maybe I didn't want to go through it so quickly because I was enjoying it, but I need to finish this series because I need to know, do they stay together? I need to know what happens to these 2 because I love them so much. So that's the first one. My other one that I want to finish is the new Percy Jackson book, because I've read all of the other ones except the one that was published, was it this year or last year? But before I do that, I'd want to reread the series again to make sure it's all pretty fresh in my mind. So yeah, the new Percy Jackson book that came out most recently. Also, question, I have these old covers now, right, of like these covers, and I started collecting the Heroes of Olympus and the similar covers, but the new Percy Jackson book doesn't match. So I'm like, do I freaking get rid of all my old ones and get this in a new series, or do I just get the one book that doesn't match? Help, I need advice. I don't know what to do. Question number 5, is there a book that could still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? I don't know, like, I don't really have, other than the couple of books I mentioned, I don't really have like crazy reading plans for the end of the year. Like, Jane Harper wouldn't shock me if it was a favourite, like King's Rising wouldn't shock me if it was a favourite. I absolutely adored both of those books. Malibu Rising wouldn't really surprise me because I've adored her other books. I guess one thing that would really surprise me is if anything on my like shelf destruct list. I've only read 2 out of 10 of the books on there, so I think if anything was to really shock me, it would be if I had like a 5-star read from my shelf destruct list. So what's left on that list so far is Portrait of a Thief, Hotel Magnaqueef, Atlas 6, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, Legendary by Stephanie Garber, Gamora and Nebula by Mackenzie Lee, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, and Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So if any of those I loved, I'd be really, really shocked. Question number 6, have you already started making reading plans for 2026? Not particularly. I definitely am not making any reading goals, like other than probably repeating the Read the World challenge. I'm not setting goals other than that, and maybe just how many books I want to read. Like last year I still did put out a goals video, but I was like, I'm not really doing goals, but I still really did set goals that I never stick to be honest. So I don't really have like any reading plans. I guess most of my reading plans would be content that I wanted to get done this year that I just haven't, because I haven't been posting a lot. So I guess anything that I don't finish at the end of this year, any reading, like themed reading vlogs, that'll probably get pushed into next year. But other than that, no. I'm not really a huge planner, to be honest, and I'm such a mood reader that planning doesn't really work for me that well. So my only plan, I guess, for reading is working on my physical TBR. I recently counted it and came up with an absolutely terrifying number. So my only reading plans, I guess, is to work through and focus on my physical TBR. That is my end of year book tag. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below, what should I ask? Answer question number 1 for me actually. Are there any books you started this year that you still need to finish? Make me feel less ashamed at my endless list of books that I have started this year. Give this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in whatever the hell I post next.